In this series, you ask, and we answer your questions about disabilities. Welcome to Unreserved.
Oh, and just for the record, if I flip you off, it may not point up, but it means the same thing. I tried to get a DUI last week, but it took me too long to touch my finger to my nose. Hello, my name is Jason Peterson. I'm the operations coordinator for the Community Employment Alliance. Today, I'll be answering your questions about life with a disability.
What's one thing that always makes you smile no matter what?
Maybe it's because I'm riding the razor's edge of senior citizenship. No offense to AARP card holders out there, but I absolutely love the Facebook videos of little kids with puppies and kittens. That'll make me smile and or laugh every time.
How do you feel about the role of caregivers in the lives of people with disabilities?
I like that question because it's very exact. Caregivers in the lives of the people they provide are seriously invaluable. Without our caregivers to help us with our everyday tasks, we are unable to pursue our goals.
What's a funny or embarrassing story related to your disability that you're comfortable sharing?
Having CP and being in a power chair. My storybook is filled with dozens of situations that I find humorous or that I can make funny. When I was probably 6 months of living on my own, I had fallen during a transfer and ended up on the floor between my wheelchair and my bed. I always laughed as a kid at those commercials. Help me, I've fallen and I can't get up.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
When I called 911, I said exactly, help me, I've fallen and I can't get up.
We're sending help immediately, Mrs. Fletcher.
And then explain the situation. I can make anything funny, so I used to run around without my foot plates on. If my chair was moving, it was moving at high speed. I used to like to joke that I didn't drive fast, I flew low.
What advice would you give to someone newly diagnosed with a disability?
That's a hard one for me to answer. Lovingly, I'm factory defective. I've had my disability all my life, meaning that I don't know any different. So for someone that is newly diagnosed with a disability because of some sort of accident or tragic circumstance, they have to deal with the loss of once having something that they now no longer have. That's an experience that I'm completely unfamiliar with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%.
If you're enjoying this, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and share. Also, if you have a burning question about having a disability, please take a moment to ask it below so I can answer your questions in the next video.
What's a hobby or passion that brings you joy or fulfillment?
Tap dancing. If I stop taking my antispasm medication, I actually have rhythm. No, just kidding. I'm a big time movie nerd. I spend 90% of my free time at the movie theater. And when I'm not at the movie theater, I'm usually outside just enjoying being able to be outside for the roughly 9 months out of the year that Mother Nature gives me parole. Oddly enough, I also like to go, and this is not a joke, oddly enough, I also like to go to the shooting range. I've always said that I want to go in the history book as the first guy to do a 6.5 mile an hour drive-by.
How do you maintain a positive outlook despite challenges?
If I can make a situation humorous, I'm going to do that. Simply because I learned as a young boy, people weren't laughing at me if they were laughing with me. So out of that experience, growing up in junior high and high school, I learned to take the situations that life presented to me that were difficult and hard to overcome and make them funny. Because if they were funny from my viewpoint, it was a challenge then I could work to overcome.
Have you ever used your disability to your advantage in a funny or unexpected way?
I hate to admit to this, but yes, the advantage of being in a wheelchair and being short, if there's a cute girl in the grocery store aisle and I can't reach something, it gives me a good excuse to start a conversation. Never let it be said that being in a wheelchair is all bad.
How do you handle moments of self-doubt or frustration?
Quite honestly, at almost 50 years old, I don't have too many moments of self-doubt anymore. I'm relatively secure in who I am and what I want in any given situation. Now, on the flip side of that coin, moments of frustration seem to be coming more often than they used to when I was in my 20s and 30s. I can sort of see all the things that I haven't yet done, and I ask myself, will I still have time to do them, or do I have the capacity to accomplish what I still want to accomplish?
How do you introduce or explain your disability to someone who's meeting you for the first time?
Well, that's relatively easy. I think my disability sort of explains itself when I roll up to someone new and they meet me for the first time. I don't think it's really important to introduce myself as, hello, my name is Jason and I have CP. I introduce myself as, hello, my name is Jason, full stop.
What's one thing you wish people understood about living with a disability?
I wish more people understood that having a disability doesn't make me different from them. It just means that I approach life maybe sometimes from a different angle than they do. If you're still watching, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Ask your questions below so we can learn together on the next video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. If you believe, like I do, that everyone with a disability has the right to experience life and be a part of their community, please join us at communityemploymentalliance.org and our Facebook page.